What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey. What's up, what's good, what's poppin', what's hitting? How y'all doing? How y'all feel like y'all living? I know it's been a long time since I talked to y'all, but I'm trying to come back. It's so hard to come back. Because I don't be doing nothing, but we're going to get into it. I don't be doing nothing. But before we get into anything, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Because if you're not subscribed, what is you doing? Go ahead, hit that like button. And leave a comment and let me know that you're here and what platform you came from. Let's get into it. Okay, I don't know what the title is going to be, but I got good news. I got bad news. And I got horrible news. Which one do you want first? Let's start with the bad news because everybody just wants to know. They prefer to hear the bad things about you versus the good things about you. So we're going to start with the bad things. And while we do that, we're going to do our edges. I ain't got many and they don't lay down because I do have coarse hair. I'm a 4C girl. And yeah, like, I'm nappy but I'm happy. You feel me? Anyway, so bad news. Bad news is I ain't got no job yet. Nigga, I ain't, well, technically did have a job. Let's get into it. So, I had a job for almost 2 years. It would have been 2 years last October when I had my previous job. I ended up losing that job back in July because I had already told my mom this was going to happen. They chose my, what was he considered? They chose my supervisor's side versus my side. We'll get into that, I guess, later on in the video. Now, we'll get into it now. So, the reason I got fired from my job that I almost had for 2 years, which was working in a warehouse, it was a day where I needed some real help on this day. Like, the time, technically like on a time limit. We on a time, well, I was on a time limit, time frame, whatever you want to call it. It's time based. So if we're late, we get hit. Then we gotta explain to the manager what happened. Technically, I gotta explain to the supervisor what happened. Then the supervisor gotta explain to the manager what happened. So on this particular day, I needed some help. And he just kept walking past me, And I'm like, what's the problem? What happened? What's the problem? So then I noticed he go and help my coworker. He'll go and assist my coworker. I'm like, oh, this is wild. So I don't know how the interaction came about, but I'm like, can you come and help me, please? And then all this other stuff. So as he's trying to help me, he's like, did you try this? Did you try this? I'm like, yes. Because if you know me, I'm a very independent worker. So if I need your help, I probably more than likely tried everything that I could in order to get the job done, but for some reason I just can't get the job done. So now I need your help. He's like, did you try this? Did you try this? I'm like, yes, I tried everything. And something happened to the point where I really got really frustrated with him. And my attitude changed. And you know when you can sense somebody energy, somebody attitude, because he did it to me before. And when he did it to me, I asked, are you okay? And he reverted back to his normal self. Because whatever he was dealing with, it was frustrating him. And he was like, oh, yes, I'm good. But this particular day, when he asked me, are you okay? I straight up told him, no, I'm not okay. Because you sitting up here ignoring me. But it'll be different if you didn't see that I needed help. The three of us who were back there could sense, we could hear that I needed help. You could hear that I needed assistance. You could see that I need assistance. You stay walking past me. You're not doing nothing. Allegedly, he's not doing nothing. He can stop and say, everything good over here? You know what I'm saying? As a supervisor, as a leader, It's leadership. You're supposed to check in. Everything good over here? Any other day you micromanaging me. What's the problem today? Why you know what I'm saying? So I recorded everything on my phone too. So I got pissed. This stuff happened so long ago to the point where I don't even know how everything really occurred. But I did tell him, like, you keep walking past me and you see that I need help. You hear that I need help. You're literally not doing anything to assist me. Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. And I guess he got mad. And then he was like, do we need to call the manager? I'm not calling the manager. Do we need to call such and such, the manager? And I was like, yeah, come on, let's go call him. Like, what you thought I was going to say no? Like, yeah, come on, let's go call him so we could tell him how you're acting up in here today. So we go to call him. He go in his office to call him. And I go with him because I don't believe that you really finna call him. So then this video is going to be real long because I got a lot of stories to tell today. Just to give y'all a life update. That's probably what the name of this video will be, life update. So he go to call him on whatever that shit is, Zoom or whatever. And he's like, he said he's in a meeting, he's gonna call us back. I was like, okay, cool, bet. And then he just started flying off at the mouth. He just kept talking to me. And he's like, you sitting up there, he basically like, you sitting up there talking to me like that, raising your voice at me. Mind you, I didn't raise my voice not one time at this nigga. I know, you feel me? Like, can't nobody hear what I'm saying type shit. Like, the door is closed. Can't nobody hear what I'm saying unless they sitting there really listening. Like, I know these walls are thin, but can't nobody hear what I'm saying. That's how I know I'm not raising my voice. And I got that on video. I wasn't raising my voice. He's like, you sitting up there talking to me, raising your voice at me. I'm leadership. I'm saying to myself, yeah, you leadership, but you're not acting like it today because every time you walk past me, you did not ask me, was I okay and did I need help? So the manager never called back. So I ended up going back in the room with her. I got so mad. I called my moms. I called my mom for everything. I called my moms and I told her what had happened. She was like, just leave. And that's what I did. I left. But when I left, this is where I messed up. And I will take accountability for it. This is where I messed up. When I left, I pushed the door. The door is real heavy. It's like a steel door. When I left, I pushed the door and the door like hit the wall or whatever. So they assumed I was coming back. Why would I leave and come back? I didn't even tell you that I was leaving, so why would you assume that I'm coming back? I went back the next day. So the next day, the manager hit me up on Zoom or whatever. He was like, because of my attitude yesterday, he wanted me to go home. And basically I was suspended, so I was like, okay, bet. I left out of there too. That same day, before I even clocked in. I think, yeah, it was before I even clocked in type shit. So I left. I was like, cool, bet. Bet. I was fine anyway. I was so fed up with that job. They used to antagonize me, rage bait me. They used to do so many things to me. I'm not even just a supervisor, but from my co-workers to the experts to the techs, like everybody used to rage bait the fuck out of me. For what reason? I don't know, because I'm the type of person that, you know, the people who be like, why do people be so mad when you don't talk at work? They used to be talking, used to be gossiping. I know stuff I shouldn't even know about a lot of people in that who was working at their job, and I shouldn't know that. So I guess because I never talked to nobody or told nobody my personal business and personal life and all the other stuff, it was a problem. I went to work and I sat at my desk in my little corner and I was fine. I'm here to make money, not friends. And people be getting that misconstrued. I hate going to a workplace where they think you're supposed to be making friends with them. They want to get into your personal business, who are you, where you're from, what you do outside of work, That's none of your business. I'm here to make money. Keep this at a business standpoint. Other than that, like, it ain't no talking. I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to talk. I say good morning and that's it. I had got into it with 2 other coworkers before the supervisor had got there. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I had even gotten into it with my manager before. Because why are you not trying to check in when it comes to my paycheck? I'm missing money on my check, and you moving slow like a turtle about my money. But if it was about your money, you'll be moving faster than the cat what did I get? Who that nigga is on Looney Tunes? The beep beep nigga. You'll be moving faster than that nigga about your So why you moving so slow when it pertains to me? So being that you moving slow, I'm finna get in the group chat and I'm finna ask everybody who work with us, what can I do to get in touch with payroll about my missing pay? He didn't like that I asked the question. It's like they had a problem with me not talking. Then when I did talk, when it was necessary, it was even bigger problem. So it's like, what the do you want? Excuse my language. It's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to shut up or do you want me to speak up? Make up your mind. Nah, the only time you want me to speak up is when I'm talking about my business so you can have something to really talk about. But when it's really about some real business pertaining to this business that it's supposed to be pertaining to, now it's a problem. Because I'm letting everybody know basically you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job as a boss that you claim to be. I don't understand how people be miles and miles away trying to run a business. I can see if you were successfully running a business, but you're not even successfully running a business. Every time somebody try and get in touch with you, can't nobody get in touch with you. Why? You never in your office. You never at your desk. But you're trying to do remote work. How you trying to do remote work and you never there? That don't make sense. As a manager, you just the manager at that. Like what? And you're never there. You're never present. You always out of the office. You always on vacation. Can't nobody ever get in touch with you when they need you. And it's very rare that somebody needs you. And on the rare occasions that somebody needs you, you're never there. You're never available. Because it shouldn't have took you 24 hours to hit me up. To call nobody. You shouldn't have waited till the next day to try and get in touch with me about what happened the previous day. No, this is an emergency. The same way that you want us to submit a ticket and say that this is an emergency and we need this urgently done before the day ends, that's how you need to act when it comes to any conflict that is going on within your business, within your company. That, like, come on now. You want us to have urgency when it comes to anything, but when it comes to you having the urgency, you don't care. That don't make sense, right? Right. So it took them, I had already knew I was finna be fired because it took them 2 weeks to tell me that I was fired. I done sat here, I done had to sit here and write basically an apology to these folks, sit there and explain the incident that happened to these folks. And it like, I had already knew, after I submitted all that, it's like, what was my purpose of apologizing? I really meant everything that I said. I ain't meant what I did as far as with the door, but I meant what I said. So I ain't feel like I needed to apologize. I feel like I was owed the apology because of how my supervisor handled me and how my supervisor treated me on that day. Because all I needed was assistance. The problem was I was the highest performer within that building. Technically within that company. Let my manager tell me I was the highest performer. Because who you know hitting 106% performance? My work ethic, I ain't gotta talk. My work ethic shows it. You feel me? I don't care about nothing. Like how she don't talk, but she up here outperforming. Maybe you need to shut up and start outperforming everybody else too. That was the problem. Because I'm outdoing everybody. Even the manager, shit. I done sat up here and ran a whole warehouse for almost 8 months by myself before y'all brought this new supervisor up in here who don't even know what to do. He never worked in a warehouse before. He came from a store. You had me sitting up there running a warehouse for 8 months just to hire somebody else so I could show him what to do. Mind you, I'm showing him what to do and you're not even paying me to show him what to do. But then my coworker tell it, she not showing him nothing. So every time that he needs some help, I gotta be the one to show him. But if I was a real B-word, I would have told him. Figure it out. You said you know what to do. That's why you got the role. Because you know what to do. Right? You know what to do already. I shouldn't have to show you. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. You already know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, they need to bring the same person who sat up there and train me on what to do up in here. They ain't bring her up in there until a month later. I guess they understood I'm tired of showing the man what to do. And even then, after she showed him what to do, he still needed my assistance. You treating me like this, and I'm the one. I'm the main person who helped you around here. You were moving slow when it came to packing these orders and getting these phones out to these experts. Running back and forth. You supposed to be sitting up at that desk checking out those experts. Why you keep coming back here? Everything that you need is up there already. Don't come asking me for nothing. Anything they're missing has already been reported that it can't be picked nor packed because it ain't here. You need to catch up. But nah, did I treat anybody like that? No, I didn't treat nobody less than, because when I need help, I'm expecting you to help me. That's what I was expecting him to do. I was expecting him to help me with no problems. You see that I need help. Every time that he needed some help, and I noticed that he needed some help, I would ask. Like, I wouldn't even ask sometimes. I would just help. I did my coworker like that before. She had damn near 40-some boxes. I'm over exaggerating, but damn near, we just gonna say damn near 40-some boxes to scan in as a delivery, from a shipment. She had to import it into the system. Did she ask me for help? No. Did I see she need help? Yes. What did I do? I helped. But when the role reversed, probably like 2 weeks later, what did she do? She didn't do nothing. She didn't help me. She didn't ask, nor did she do. I had to do all that stuff by myself. That was, at that moment, this was after we had got into it. We had got into it before. But I understand as a business person, if I see that my coworker need help, I ain't gotta ask you. I know what to do. So why would I ask you if you need help when I see that you need help? I don't even think she told me thank you that day. You feel me? But I don't treat people how they treat me. I don't act the way that people act towards me. Like, I should. I should act that way. Especially now, after the things that I've been through, I should really act the way that I should, for real, toward people, the way that they act toward me. But I don't. Because I just can't. They eat me up. After we got into it that day, me and my coworker, after we got into it that day, I cried all the way home. Because one does not like me. That's not my character. That ain't who I am. That's the old me. I feel so ugly and disgusted when I get out of character when it comes to having to deal with anybody. Especially getting into it in front of people. I feel ugly. I feel it's like a setback for me. I was so disgusted with myself. I was so disappointed in myself. I cried. I cried all the way home. And it took me like 45 minutes to get home. Because I felt real bad. I didn't feel bad about what I said. I felt bad because it's like, why did I let you get me like that? They're not me. They're not me no more. I don't want to be like that. I don't like to be like that. You feel me? Did I mean what I said? Yeah, I meant what I said. That's something I didn't apologize about. You feel me? Because yes, I meant what I said. You feel me? Like, she didn't already like me. The reason we got into it so bad that day, because we had got into it before then, but the reason we got into it so bad that day is because it's a camera right here in the corner. I'm standing right here. No, the camera right here. It's like, I'm right here. I'm right here. The camera up there. It's a little cut right here. Instead of her going all the way around, she want to squeeze through the cut, and she bumped me. And I got mad, cause why you touching me? Why you touching me? We not already got into it before. Why you touching me? And because the camera don't never f***ing work, they don't see it. They didn't f***ing see it. That f***ing raggedy camera didn't work. They didn't see it. So it's like I'm over exaggerating for no reason. It's like I'm calling the scene for no reason. Cause she could easily say I didn't bump you. And that's what she said. I didn't bump you. Why am I acting so irate then? You feel me? Like, why you bumping me? You know we don't like each other. You know we got into it before. Why you bumping me? That's like me stepping on your shoe on purpose. You bumped me on purpose. And instead of being a grown woman because she was older than me, instead of her being a grown woman and apologize and say, I apologize. I didn't mean to do it, even if she did mean to do it. Like, so instead of her wanting to get out of character, I got out of character at that moment. I was mad at that moment. She wasn't mad at that moment. She wanted to see what I was going to say. And I said everything that I needed to say. So after work, what'd she do? She waited for me. Usually she be gone. Usually she be gone. She waited for me. I'm walking out. I didn't care at that moment. I didn't care no more. I had already said what I said earlier that day. She waited for me like kids do after school. She waited for me, and she had another expert who got pregnant by a nigga who, she had another expert over there, and some other random lady I ain't never seen out there before. I'm like, oh, you calling people up here? Oh, you trying to jump me? Man, I ain't care. I would have got jumped that day. I would have got jumped that day because you don't do nothing like that. If you gonna call your people, don't have them coming up here for no reason. I'm in the middle of the street, shoes off, phone propped up on it with my mom. I ain't recording. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, hey, I need a witness. Because she done brought these folks out here. They trying to jump me. So, hey, I need you to be my witness. Because, yeah, it finna go down. And she was way bigger than me. She up there. I'm 5'4". She had to be a good 5'10". 5'10" straight. She ain't straight. She built. She built. Anyway. Now, I wasn't built the way that I'm built today. So she definitely would have whooped my ass, but being that I noticed something about myself. I fight somebody that bigger than me, I'm gonna be a little scared. And they always said the scary ones, they gonna whoop your ass. I already knew at that moment. It's 3 of them and it's 1 of me. One of these gonna get their ass whooped. I don't care which one. One of them gonna get their ass whooped. All 3 of them can jump me, but one gonna get towed up. I promise you. I promise you. That's how I was feeling. I was really feeling like that. I'm like, I ain't even mad no more. What you call you all? What made me mad was the fact with that I seen an extra person who I ain't never seen before out there. I ain't never seen that lady before, and if I did see her, I don't recall. I don't know her. She don't work here. You feel me? So, that what made me mad. Because when I walked out the door, she was like, what's all that she was talking earlier? I'm like, I ain't even mad. I'm smiling, I'm laughing. I'm like, I ain't even mad no more. But then I turn around and I see extra bodies. So I'm like, oh, y'all trying to jump me. Man, that shit made me so mad. Man, that shit made me mad already. I'm in the middle of the street, shoes off. Like, let go. What you trying to do? My mom just yelling. I'm like, man, I ain't studying nothing that you talking about. They finna jump me today, but it finna be 1 against 3. For real. Like, I ain't care that moment. I promise, cause what you trying to jump me for? You feel me? And if you had any problems, you could have called me earlier or whatever. I mean, we really could have went in the back of the warehouse to handle this earlier. We could have clocked out, took our lunch early, and went and handled what we need to handle. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling that earlier that day. But she didn't want to do all that. You feel me? You want to wait till the end of the day. You want to call your people up and all that. That's really what had made me mad. Otherwise, I would have left laughing. The way that I was walking out laughing. Because what you mean with all that shit you was talking earlier? I ain't mad no more. Like, I'm literally laughing at her. Like, I ain't even mad no more. But as I'm getting in the car, I turn around and see another. I see 2 extra bodies. Hold on. Oh, y'all. Oh, that's what you doing. That's what you doing. So, yeah. But even after all that, I still would help her or whatever when she needed assistance, even if she didn't ask me. That's just the type of person that I am. But yeah, they just used to do so many, like, unnecessary things to me. Especially after I got into it with her. Oh yeah, everybody was against me then. Because it's like, I want you to, yeah, it was basically like, I want you to turn up on me next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't been turn up on you. I ain't been turn up on you. I'm finna still be the same quiet little mouse that I was before I got out of character with her. I ain't even like the fact that I got out of character with her. You feel me? So, this how I was feeling. You know, I was still sitting there quiet. You know, you wouldn't even, if you was new at the job, you wouldn't even think I would get out of character the way that I got out of character that day. They would have to tell you, oh yeah, she got out of character. They would have to literally tell you that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that job really used to pick. They really used to pick with me. Like when they came, and everybody was older than me. I think I was the youngest person in there. I was the youngest person in there, so everybody used to pick with me. So, just unnecessary, just unprovoking me. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I'm doing my job. Like, they would purposely try and make me mess up on my work, you know? Like, everybody just in on it. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem? I ain't got no problem with y'all. I just want to do my job, get paid, and go home. You don't want to get paid? That's how you acting. Like, you don't want to get paid? You want to get fired? Like, what is the problem? But that's my little warehouse job or whatever. So yeah, anyways, back to the main story. So yeah, my mama basically told me to write a statement or whatever and to apologize on my attitude or whatever, to apologize about my attitude or whatever, and that's what I did. But like I said, had I known I was gonna get fired, I would have never apologized. I would apologize for my actions, but I would have never apologized for what I said. So I ended up getting fired. I already knew, because it was like suspend. They ain't tell me a date that I was coming back, so I was like, oh yeah, that's another thing. They used to always try and get me fired. I think I just said that. They used to always try and get me fired. So they was looking for something to, you know what I'm saying, get me out of there. And they did. They did. But I brought it upon myself, and I do take full accountability. You know. That's why now I'm working on, well, I have worked on my attitude and my self-control. It was really more so my self-control. And I got way better, for real, when it comes to my self-control. You can test it out if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest it. Because I ain't got no job, so I ain't really got nothing to lose, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shit. Cause last time I checked, people get paid if we want to viral for anything. But anyway, anyway, 2 weeks later, I ended up getting fired. I got fired 2 days before the 4th of July. So I was like, cool, but I did try and apply for unemployment, but they said no, being that nigga told them that I got fired because of conflict with my attitude or whatever, so I didn't qualify for unemployment. So I ended up getting, I probably got like 2 more checks afterwards or whatever. Probably got 2 more checks after I got fired. And then what else did I have? I had a little bit saved up because I had just came from a trip. Oh, that was another thing. They used to hate when I used to take trips, call out. Let me tell you something. I didn't call out from that job for a whole year. A whole year. And I did it on purpose. I didn't call out from that job for a whole year. So when I started calling out, like using my PTO basically, I only used my PTO when I was like, either I was only sick one time. She got me sick. She purposely got me sick. She's sick and she's standing over my shoulder, breathing in my face. She purposely got me sick. I remember telling somebody, I don't get sick. I don't get sick. I gotta get sick. Like, I don't get sick. I gotta be around somebody who's sick. I don't get sick. I really take care of myself. So some way, somehow she found that. Oh, she don't get sick. I'm sick. Let me. That's what I'm saying. Like, people will do things on purpose to you. People will do things on purpose to you to make you look like you're a liar. Again, I don't get sick. I have to be around somebody who is sick. She purposely got me sick that time. So I ended up, because I'm the type, if I'm sick, I don't want to be around nobody, especially nobody who got kids, because then I'm going to get your kids sick. Then this shit spreading all around the warehouse, and now you looking at me like I'm the one who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, this shit shouldn't have came to work like that. Especially being that she was like, oh, I got over 100 some PTO hours. Use it. But anyway, they used to hate when I used to take my use my PTO, and I didn't give a I still used them. Every time I accumulated enough, I would use them. I said, oh, I started doing the math. I realized, oh, I get 4 hours every check. This what I get like, I was getting like 2 hours every work day for my PTO after my first year. I was like, oh, it's over with. So after I took my trip to Puerto Rico, that's when, because they used to be stalking my social media too. Like, what is wrong with y'all? That's why I don't have my real name on social media now on some of my pages. But they used to be stalking my social media, so I guess they found out that I had went to Puerto Rico or whatever, because I ain't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody, and the only reason I realized I knew that they figured I had went to Puerto Rico is because one of the technicians was like, oh yeah, me and my wife going to Puerto Rico. And I was like, okay, have fun. He thought I was gonna say, oh, I just came from Puerto Rico. No, that's not me. That's not like me. Y'all have fun. I ain't give you nothing. I ain't give you nothing. If you want to know, watch my YouTube. If that's the case, find out what to do. I got it. But it just used to be so weird. Oh, my titty. But anyways, yeah. So let me see, what was I saying before then? They just used to hate me taking my PTO, so I purposely didn't take off of work for a whole year. I probably was late to work like twice the first year, but other than that, and that wasn't even my fault. First time I was late, my alarm didn't go off. This when I was living in my mama's house. My alarm didn't go off. Like, what the fuck? What's going on here? You been going off all week now. Today you're not going off. Like, what the fuck? So I was late, probably like an hour and a half late. But I ended up calling the supervisor and telling her. She was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Second time I was late, I was trying to get my apartment, not this apartment, but my previous apartment. And the traffic was crazy on the way back. Usually it don't be crazy, but it was crazy this day on the way back, so it had me late coming from my apartment, getting back to work after lunch. But yeah, that's really how I lost that job. After I lost that job, oh, that's what I was saying, I had money saved up because I was trying to take another trip. I was trying to take another trip in July. I had took my trip I went to Puerto Rico in May. I was trying to take another trip in July. This trip, I was trying to go somewhere, I was trying to go to Florida and spend the 4th with my daddy. So, and I was basically trying treat him to a trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling him I got my plane ticket. I had to cancel my plane ticket. Being that I had to cancel that plane ticket, I still got that flight voucher till this day. So I really got me like a free flight to go anywhere right now, but I don't know where I want to go. Plus, I ain't got no money. We get into that. So I had money saved up. I had 2 extra checks coming in. 2 of my last checks coming in from them. I had, what's that? The retirement stuff. Whatever that retirement plan is that you be doing, 401k or whatever. They take money out your check and they put it into a little savings account. I had money from that. Being that I had worked out almost 2 years, I had like 3K. Probably like 3K. So that added to what I already had. So I was good. But I was still looking for a job. I've applied. Please don't get me started with applying to these motherfucking jobs. I'm so over them. I'm so over these employers. Because they be knowing people need a job. And they sit up there and we'll get into that. But we'll get into it. Anyways, I applied to jobs still because it's like, I got this money, but this money is only for bills. That's only what I use my money for. I didn't go nowhere. The concerts that I had already paid for, I still ended up going to, like K Camp and Chris Brown. So, yeah, K Camp had a concert in September. Chris Brown had a concert in October. So I still ended up going to those 2. No, I think Chris Brown was in August. It was one of them. I still ended up going to those 2 because I had already paid for the tickets or whatever. So I just had everything budgeted out perfectly. I had to teach myself financial literacy. After I got that job, I taught myself financial literacy. So I was able to pay off a lot of things after I got that job because I wasn't focused on like I said, a year. I didn't miss work for a whole year, and being that I didn't miss work for a whole year, I locked in and I paid bills. I paid nothing but bills for that whole year. So that next year, which was last year, I treated myself to some nice things. I took trips. I took more trips last year than I've ever done in my entire life. I can't lie. And I didn't even go nowhere for real. But I took trips just because of that. Because I worked for a whole year. I worked righteously for a whole year. I disciplined the out of myself. You know what I'm saying? To the point where there was like I was over exceeding. I was doing the most. I can't lie. I was doing the most. I was over exceeding. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what I was doing. I was doing the most. So what? But yeah, that's when last year was when I was like, okay, I worked my ass off for a whole year. I'm gonna take this year out to treat myself. And that's what I did. I went to Puerto Rico. I took my dog to the dog beach in Panama. I went to a lot of concerts. I saw Chris Brown like twice. I seen Jacquees like 4 times. I went to New Orleans. I saw K Camp for the first time. And you know, when you go to their concerts, they bring other artists. So I was able to see Lucci. When Lucci got out of jail, his very first appearance, I seen him. I seen so many people. I seen Dej Loaf because Jacquees and Dej Loaf did a concert. That's why I ended up going to New Orleans. I seen Chris Brown. Beginning of that year in January, I seen Jacquees. Like I said, I seen Jacquees like 4 times last year. So I was really treating myself. I wasn't living lavish, okay? But I was treating myself at the same time while also paying bills. Because I deserved it. Like, I deserved it. Like, after the things that I went through in the past, and if you don't know what I went through in the past, you need to watch my previous YouTube videos. All them things that I went through in the past, man, I deserve to treat myself the way that I treated myself last year. But they didn't like that. You know, when people start seeing you happy and living life, now they gotta find reasons to steal your joy, bring it down. You know what I'm saying? Like pleasure, peace, but it was all good. So all that money that I had saved up, I just used it towards bills. But then I started getting low. So I started using my credit cards to pay bills. So the money that I had saved up, I would just put it towards my credit card. So I had this thing where, let's say I was paying a light bill, the gas bill, Wi-Fi. I was paying my utilities basically with my credit cards. So I would still have that little money or whatever. The money that I had saved up, I would just put it towards those bills each month or whatever. So then the new year came. This year came. Yeah, this year came. My lease, I had already made up my mind. See, I'm gonna tell you what my plan was, because it ain't the plan no more. My plan was to get that job, have it for 2 years, and then when my lease was up, get a house. Because you know you gotta have 2 years worth of tax returns in order to get a house. You gotta show 2 years worth of tax returns to get a house. I didn't give a fuck what happened after I got, I didn't give a fuck what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. I didn't care what happened after that. After I got the house. Because I got the house. I got my 2 years worth of tax returns and I got the house. But I didn't make it to 2 years, technically. I feel like I should have tried, but I couldn't try. Because it's like, okay, I don't have a job now. So that's another thing. You gotta have proof of income. I don't have a job now, so I can't get a house. I got the 2 years worth of tax return, even though I didn't make it fully to the 2 years. I almost did, but I did. So technically, I got 2 years worth of tax returns. But yeah, that was my plan. I was so mad because I was like, they messed up my plan. That was my plan, to get me a house. After my lease was up. But after my lease was up this past April. I didn't know whether or not I wanted to move. It was a really, 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 really hard decision on whether or not I wanted to move. So I ended up going apartment searching. I knew I really didn't want to be in another apartment. I knew that already. Because my intentions were to get a house. My intentions were to get a house. Not a big house, but just a nice sized home. So I was like, okay, I don't want another apartment. I'm tired of stairs. I'm tired of less privacy. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I've always said I wanted a townhouse. So I searched for townhouses. That's what I did. I seen so many and they just weren't up to par. Looked up and passed by these. I had seen them on whatever website I was on already, but my intentions weren't to come to these. I bypassed these and went to some more townhouses, and I did not like the area. I ain't like how they looked on the outside or none of that. So I came back this way, rode through here, and I was like, okay, this is more like it. It's more like it, like, So I did a tour with it. I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. Yeah, I'm not giving y'all a tour because that's weird. Why would you want the blueprint to my crib? Like, you just gonna have to go and tour somebody else's apartment or something, in your opinion, because, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not doing it. You ain't gotta see what's up in here. The little bit that you see, be lucky. Okay? Be lucky. Be lucky to even know that I got a new townhouse over there. But yeah, I moved in here in April. That's one of the good news. Back to the bad news. So, yeah, ever since then I haven't, well, no, I'm lying. I didn't have a job up until May of this year. I worked at Amazon. I was at Amazon probably like a month. Probably a month. I give myself a month. It would probably like 3 weeks for real, for real. But I give it a month. I say a month because the first week of May I had to do training for 2 days. So I'm gonna say it was about a month for real, for real. Same problem, different job. I worked as Amazon delivery. I was doing delivery. I don't know if they do this on purpose, but they give you a lot of packages for a nursery route. I'm talking about a lot of packages for a nursery route. Anyways, first day, cool. I had a ride along with somebody. He was cool. Second day, I had to do it by myself. It was straight. When I say same problems, different company, I mean with the workers. So, another lady didn't like me. We didn't hold the same positions, so she didn't have no reason not to like me because you're in a higher position than me. That's what I don't be understanding. How are you in a higher position than me and don't like me? Don't you get paid more than me? I am the mule. Basically, I'm the mule. I'm carrying packages. I'm delivering packages. I'm the mule. I'm the help. She gonna say that. I'm the help. How you don't like the help? How you don't like the help? All you do is give me the work. How you don't like me? Make it make sense, Lewis. Make it make sense. I don't understand. How do you not like somebody who is the help? I'm the help. I don't know you. I don't know your man. I ain't never talked to your man. You ain't got no reason not to like me. You ain't got no reason not to like me. So what is the problem? Please help me understand. What's the problem? Why do these girls not be liking me when I go to work? When I go to a job? Shit, I can go to a job interview. They ain't gonna like me at the job interview. They sitting up there with their nose tooted up at the job interview. If you don't want to interview me, let somebody else do it. If you don't like me, let somebody else do it. Why am I here? Why? No, not why am I here. I know why the fuck I'm here. Why are you here? Why are you here? You're not gonna give me a job. You're not gonna give me an opportunity. Why are you here? You don't like me. I don't want to be in the room with nobody who don't like me. Like, what's the problem? I don't understand what the problem is with me. I really don't understand it. I do my job and I go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here, but I gotta make money so I can pay my bills. That'd be my whole objective. Make money, pay bills, go home. Make money, pay bills, go home. I ain't got no other reason to go to a job that I don't want to go to other than to make money and go home. I don't see no problem in that. Everybody go to a job to make money so they can pay bills and go home. Who you know living at work? I don't know nobody that live at work. Even people who've been at a job for 20 plus years. I don't know nobody that live at work. Unless you work from home. I really don't understand what the problem is with me. That they be having with me. I don't talk. I do my job. If I don't understand something, I ask a question. That was another thing. Every time I had a question on how to do something, it'll be eye rolling. You didn't tell me, so how the you mad because you didn't tell me how to do something? Now I'm asking how to do it. Like, I'm driving your truck. Y'all said if the engine light is on to say something, you give me a truck every time and it got the engine light on. And every time I do the inspection on the truck, it said a tire low. It wasn't in my job description to be maintenance on the truck. It said the oil need changing. It ain't my job to take it to the oil place to get an oil change. That ain't in the job description. But then it's a problem when I do the inspection on the truck early in the morning and say, well, the oil light is on. And you catch attitude and get frustrated with me. Try it again. Redo it. I'm going to restart it and do it again. Like, this your But then as soon as something happens to your shit, it's a problem. You want us to report it. I reported it when you need an oil change. I reported it when you need some air up in the tire. Like why I gotta do all this extra stuff? And then when I'm late delivering my packages, you got a whole lot to say about that. I just don't understand these people. You say one thing, I abide by it. Then when I abide by it, it's a problem. What the is you? What's wrong with you? The worked there for like a month. The reason I got fired from there is because I didn't snitch on somebody. Basically, I ain't snitch on somebody. That's basically why I got fired. So I'm doing the toughest route on a holiday, Memorial Day. Basically, I'm doing somebody else's route. I'm doing somebody else's route on Memorial Day. It's already been established. When you go to these apartment complexes, do not go over 5 miles per hour. Honestly, don't go over 2 miles. No, don't go over 2 miles per hour when you're backing up. And if you're in an apartment complex area, don't go over 5 miles an hour. Okay, I understand that. I got it. Go to an apartment complex. I noticed it's a cone in the middle of the gate. What? Why? Like, and the nigga in me wanted to get out and woo that motherfucker, but because I am on company timing, I ain't gonna do that. But the nigga in me really wanted to get out and move that motherfucker because ain't nothing wrong with it. People are going through the gate. You feel me? People is literally going through the gate because it's a whole other gate on the other side. But they not going through there. So I called a customer. I say, am I supposed to go through the gate because it's a cone in the middle of the, literally in the middle of the road going into the gate? She said, yes, go ahead. You can go into the gate. Okay, cool. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hold on, stay on the phone because, I go through the gate, taking my time. It's 2 big ass speed bumps. One before the gate, one after the gate. Taking my time because we're not supposed to go over 5 miles per hour. Why, as I'm in the center of the damn gate, the front bump going over the front tires going over the front bumps and the back tires have already went over those damn bumps. The damn gate closing. The damn gate to hit the damn van on the damn side. I'm like, God damn. What the fuck type of gate is this? So I get out. I look at the damn van. It's just a little scratch. Like that. But it's just like, you back up, you can't see a fucking dent. You gotta really be analyzing some shit in order to see it, So, I'm like, man, I ain't hit the gate. The gate hit me. Is this really something to call about? I'm finna keep doing my job. Y'all already giving me the runaround. Before I even went, this is my second time at this place because Shawty called me when I got there. It was like, you need to go back to your previous place because they want their packages. It's Memorial Day. The renter's office is closed. I'm at another apartment complex. The previous apartment complex that I went to, the renter's office is closed, so I can't get into the mail room. I left. Whatever. Had to go door to door with those. Then as I'm finishing going door to door with them, now somebody going to open the package room. Y'all just be setting shit up. That's that's all I'm saying to myself. At this point, y'all just be setting shit up, and it's always a female. It's always a female. Cause what was anyway? I'm like, I'm not finna, like, what's the purpose of, like, they say if you get into if you hit somebody, if you hit a mailbox, what do? Call, report it. Okay, cool. I ain't hit shit. It hit me. Now, I do take accountability. I should have called. Hey, this gate just hit me. End of discussion. You know what I'm saying? That's what I should have did. I take accountability and say that. But we're not gonna sit here and lie as if I didn't call and let somebody know. I did. Now what I did let them know, that something hit me. I did report it. I just didn't report it in the time that they wanted me to report it to. Hold on, we gotta change to our cellular device. Alright, whole different graphics, but it is what it is. You see my blemish? It is what it is. Mind your fucking business, bitch. It's called Mother Nature. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I did report it, but I didn't report it in the time frame that they wanted me to report it to. Because what he said is like you tried to cover it up. How can I cover that up? The rain washed that off. You had to really be analyzing it, going up to the van in order to see that something happened. You feel me? Like, I'm talking about a dent. So, you know, if you look at your hand, the little dented part in the palm of your hand, it's just like that. I'm talking about shit like that. So, it was just a hectic day that day. I can't lie. I got rained on. Like, it don't be raining how it used to rain. I don't know. Anyways, it was a hectic day that day. So when I went back to the station, the dude that did the ride along with me, he was there. And I was just, I don't know. I was telling him about everything that happened. And I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that happened to the van. Because I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, he said he was going to be at the pad. Like, we used to have to call them for everything. You said, when on my way back to the station, you said, I'm going to be on the pad. Just come to the pad and we'll do the inspection. I said, okay. You're not at the pad. Why I got caught? When I go into the station, you at the desk, leaning on the desk, not doing that. But I gotta call you to come to the pad? No, I'm not doing that. You're gonna do your job, and you're gonna do what you said you was gonna do, which is be on the pad. I'm not finna call you and tell you, hey, where you at? I'm on the pad. Then I gotta wait for you. No, I ain't doing all that when it don't take no time to do the inspection. Mind you, that night, I didn't even have to do the inspection, which is crazy. Sometimes the inspection would pop up on the phone and I would have to do it, and sometimes it wouldn't pop up on the phone and I wouldn't have to do it. I ain't do no arguing. Hey, it's time for me to go. Feel me? So, I'm like, damn. After I told him everything that happened, because I was like, oh, I do remember saying, I told him something. What did I say? Did I have your route? That was the first thing that I said to him. Did I have your route today? Because I could have swore you told me that you be doing routes in the area that I was in. And that was a tough route. Why would you do that? Cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking. Like, why would you do me? Why would you do me like that? Like, what in your mind thought I could do that? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, after I left, I wasn't even off the premises yet. I just knew I wasn't about to go back in the building and tell him what happened. I called the same number that I called when I was on the way to the station from my cellular device, and it's still in my call logs because my call logs got calls in it from 2023, and I don't even know how because this is a whole new phone, but they in there. I got the messages and the call log. So I called. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. A gate hit the van. What do I need to do if the gate hit the van? He's like, you need to make a report. I was like, okay, well, I'm telling you. So what do I need to do? He was like, okay. He was like, he got to write a report or something. I don't know what he was saying. It just didn't make sense. I ain't really care. As long as I told somebody, and I told him. So he was like, okay, take a picture and send it to me. I already had the picture took it. No, I ended up going back to take the picture. Did I go back to take the picture? I think I went back to take the picture. I went back, took the picture, and I sent it to him. I tried to send it like 3 times. Why every time I sent it, the little red circle came up saying it can't be delivered? I was saying, I said, did he block me? Like, can this phone, it's the Android. The phone that he on is the Android, because the dispatch phone. It's an Android, so I know, you know what I'm saying? I know you can receive pictures. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you would have told me to send the picture. So I tried to send the picture. And that's still in my phone too. The picture with the red circle saying it can't be delivered is still in my phone too. So the next day, I did my route. No problem. The day after that Wednesday, I wasn't even supposed to work today. I'm working for somebody else. I tell Shorty that I always had an attitude with me. Well, one of the shorties that always had an attitude with me. I don't have a route. She was like, okay, just wait. I said, my son, just wait. The other day you told me I can go home, dang, I'm on route, but okay, cool. Yeah. So the other shorty, she was cool, but every time the shorty that don't like me come to work, she team up with her. Now she, you know how they go. You know how they go. So she come to me, she was like, what happened to Van? I think it was 13 or 15. I was like, what happened to Van? I was like, oh, that's that van that the gate hit the van. She was like, okay, well, you know you gotta be fired or some shit. I was like, but y'all said if I reported that, you don't get in trouble. She was like, who you reported to? And I told her who I reported to. She was like, here we go. Shorty that don't like me. She's like, tell her what you just told me. I was like, the gate hit the van, and I told such and such where it happened. And she's just looking like, yeah, yeah. So they give me a piece of paper when I went back in there, talking about write down what had happened. I verbally told you what happened. I'm not finna sit here and write what happened. They had somebody else next to me trying to get him to write out what had happened. This man wrote a whole page. You think I'm finna write a whole page? I wrote one sentence. The gate hit the van. And they trying to make it seem like, oh, she must don't know how to write paragraphs. She must don't know how to write essays. Yes, I do, bitch. I'm just not finna sit here and overextend nothing because you already got it made up in your mind that you want to fire me. You don't like me. You don't want me here, so why would I overextend? I'm not finna do what I did at the last job and overexplain myself just for you to tell me at the end of the day I'm fired. So the gate hit the van. I had to sit there for 3 hours. I didn't care. I was on the clock making money. I sat there for 3 hours. The owner came. It's like, what happened to the van? I verbally told him what happened to the van. The gate hit the van. Then he want to come preaching to me, what are the 5 words that we go by in the company? Like, I don't know. I'm not sitting here reading no damn book every damn day to understand what the fuck. I'm not doing that. I'm here to do a job. It ain't in my job description to know the 5 words that we go by in the company. And it's on the wall. Integrity. I'm saying myself, you didn't say that the other day, but okay. New word. Because I recall you not saying integrity and me saying to myself, damn, they don't go by integrity around here. Anyways, and so integrity, all this other stuff. Then you want to sit there and say, you don't have any paper, you have to have some type of evidence showing that you called. You're saying that you called and we don't see anywhere where you called. And I'm like, y'all got the same phone that y'all use every day. I'm talking about every day. And you don't sit here and tell me I didn't call. What you want me to do is show you on my end that I called.
Because you got it on your end that I call. Because if I show you on my end that I call, you're going to go back on your end and be like, oh, you did call. I ain't finna have you sitting and playing my face like that. I'd rather you think I'm a liar than to sit and play in my face like that. And what really pissed me off was when he said, the dude that I had told what had happened to the van, because he had came in there too. He was like, I didn't get no call. Yeah, if I had got a call, I would have made the report. You know me. That he told Shorty who don't like me. I'm sitting there like, this nigga. All you could have said was, oh yeah, she did call, but I was so busy that night, I forgot to make the report. You see how that worked? You see how you could have got yourself out of there and I could have kept my job? But now you want to sit there and make me out to be a lying ass. Cool. It's all good. So this what really had pissed me off with the owner. He was like, because I know such and such, he wouldn't lie. Mind you, I have had eye contact with this man the whole time he was talking. When he said that, my eyes went. Now, one time did he ask, do you know something that I don't know? Wait, am I lying? Is he a liar? Not one time did you question me on anything that you said when I broke eye contact. Because if anybody who's sitting there with eye contact with me is telling me a story or listening to me while I'm talking and I say something that's considered a lie to them and they break eye contact, I'm gonna ask, am I lying? Did I say something wrong? Do you not agree? That's what I'm gonna ask. If I care. You ain't care, nigga. That nigga didn't care. You feel me? So, I ended up getting fired from that. Luckily, I was saving. I wasn't spending. Because I had already made up in my mind. I'm finna stack. I'm here to stack. I don't plan on being here long. I'm just here to make my money, save it up, so that I can be able to just pay shit, pay bills. I got credit cards right now. I got credit cards out the ass. I got bills. I got rent. Like, I got dogs. Oh, now, those are the two bad stories. You got two bad stories and you got one good story. Now we off to the worst story. Let me go get my camera. I'm gonna make this quick because I really don't want to talk about this story. So the worst story, I lost my job end of May, beginning of June. Last month, it's August, last month in July, I end up, hold on. Alright, my bad. I made this quick because my camera dying and I really just want to get this story over with. But last month, I ended up losing my dog. My very first dog I ever had. The dog my mama told me to add my daddy for. The dog my mama said she didn't want. The dog my daddy took forever to give me. The dog I had ever since I was 17 years old. The dog was 12 years old. My Diamond. I named her Diamond because diamonds are a girl's best friend, and that was my best fucking friend. I had her since she was 3 months old. Alright. So I ended up losing my dog from kidney failure. The reason that she had kidney failure is because one Sunday morning, my water, something happened to my water. I didn't notice it. I thought it was just one of those days where, you know, like they working on the water. I'm like, it's Sunday. Why would they be working on the water? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't paying no attention. I'm like, okay, they just working on the water. So the water pressure is low. I noticed it because I was washing clothes. Like, okay, it's still working, but it's just low. So I went to refill her bowl,
Tough topic. Still fresh. So I went to refill her bowl, you know, still not paying attention. Not thinking it's a big deal. Fill her bowl up with some contaminated water. Because I got an email probably like 3 hours later from my apartment complex telling us that somebody had hit a water line, or I think they was working on the road and they hit a pipe or something, so the water was being mixed with the gas. So the water was basically contaminated with some gas. And again, I wasn't paying attention, and it dawned on me that she was drinking contaminated water. So probably so as the week goes on, it was like Thursday came. You know, I'm not paying no attention. I'm like, damn, she been sleeping more often than usual. So Thursday came, and she wasn't wanting to go outside more often than usual. So Thursday came. This is still the same week. Thursday came, and I kept smelling like a foul smell. So I was rubbing her. You know, she was breathing, and I noticed that the smell was coming from her mouth. When I looked at her mouth, her teeth were rotted. I'm talking about so bad. Her teeth was rotted so bad to the point where it was like they needed to come out, and they were rotted so bad she couldn't eat. She was in pain. I could tell she was just in pain. And her breathing, she was like breathing more rapidly than usual. So I took her to the emergency room. And they told me her kidneys were failing. Like, it was bad. It was bad. So they wanted to hospitalize her for 3 days for $2,000. I didn't have $2,000. I told him I didn't have $2,000. I only had $1,500 from a dog credit card. Not $1,500. I only had $2,100 from a dog credit card. From a dog credit card. So and I had already used that, because you gotta pay before they do any type of work, which is so weird to me. It's so weird to me, because I don't know. It's weird. So anyways, I paid, it was like $200 to do her blood work or whatever. No, like $500 to do her blood work or whatever. So the results came back, and he was like, she gotta be hospitalized. It was $2,000. I'm like, I don't have $2,000. So he's like, hold on, let me see what I can do. He was a nice older black man. So he was like, let me see what I can do. He gave me an estimate of $1,500. I was like, I can't do that either. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling me that it's not a guarantee that by her being hospitalized for 3 days that she would feel better. And he gonna put me in debt. Then I'm gonna be in debt. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, can you just give me something so that I can try and make her feel better, and then we come back within, a couple of days or something? He was like, he gave her something under the skin. in order to help keep her nausea, her vomiting down, because she was throwing up. She couldn't keep her food down when she did eat. Then she stopped eating because she just couldn't keep her food down. She wasn't peeing. She was straining to pee. It was bad. It was so bad. So took her home. It was, at that point it was like 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. That Friday. So I took her back that I want to say I took her back that Sunday. She wasn't better, but she wasn't good. So, through the same process again, different doctor though. This time the doctor was just so rude and just so nasty. It was a black woman. I think she was African or something. She was like, why? She asked me, why don't you want to hospitalize this baby? And I'm like, I'm basically like, I don't have the money. Don't you think if I wanted to, I would? And she basically told me, no, I don't think you would. First of all, you don't know me. That's what I told her. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know how I feel about this dog. This is my very first dog. You don't know how long I begged for this dog. This dog has been everywhere with me. This dog has lived a better life than most people that I know. This dog has went to college. This dog has lived in New York. Hell, this dog was born in Arkansas and took a whole road trip to Alabama to get to me. You feel me? I took my dog to the beach. I gave my dog, I gave her a good life. I used to tell her, one day we're not going to be living in an apartment. One day we're going to get our townhouse. She made it to the townhouse. She didn't make it to a real house. That's really what I wanted, but at least she made it to a townhouse. She made it to see me get a car. She rode in a new car. I used to tell her, I'm going to get us a car one day. We ain't going to have to borrow nobody else's car and all this other stuff. Like, this is my dog. People be like, oh, this is my dog. That's my dog, nigga. My road dog for real. Ride or die. Most loyal. Like, Shorty was that was my baby, man. That was my baby. And she's sitting up there talking to me as if I'm not trying to take care of my baby. Like, girl, like, I was about ready to pounce on her, but I had already peeped the scene, because before we even went to the back, she was already on some, some shady shit. Cause I had overheard her saying, it's gonna be some blood boiling today, and I remember I was like, okay, so she's gonna be the one who wants to get up under my skin on the worst day. It's a real bad day to want to get up under my skin. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I remember overhearing her say that to a customer. It's gonna be some blood boiling today. Yeah, yeah. I already peeped seeing mamas. Then I already knew she was just so unprofessional. Like, she's trying to talk to me while she's sitting over there talking to another customer. And then as she's trying to get my attention, and when she finally gets my attention, she's like, I tried to call you 4 times. And I'm saying to myself, you sitting over there with a whole nother customer, okay? Please don't do that. Okay, if you needed to talk to me, you would come over here like a professional veterinarian, or even a fucking doctor, period, would come over and talk to a patient or a client face to face. Not sitting down while you're next to another client already. So anyway, she ended up doing the same thing that the other doctor did, get her something up under her arm. I don't know none of that stuff they was talking about. So I waited another 24 hours to take her back. And this is where I really had to, be like, okay, I don't want her to keep suffering
for real, for real. I really had to think about it for real, for real. And I had to put my dog down. I had to make the executive decision to put my dog down. And that was the most, that was the most excruciating pain I felt since my grandma died. Since my grandma died, bro, I ain't never felt like that before. I ain't felt like that since my grandma died. And I done lost some people in between time. I lost a homeboy, I done lost a homegirl. You know, I done lost some people. But that right there, that got my inside boiling. To this day, I can't lie. And then my first time talking about it, my mama asked me what happened. I couldn't even tell my mama what happened. I didn't even want to tell her what happened. I was going through what I was going through for about a week. It was about a week I was going through the things that I was going through. And it was about 2 weeks for real. First week it happened. Well, it happened on a Sunday. Then I took her to the doctor. Yeah, it was about 2 weeks. She died 2 weeks after that whole water contamination thing. So, yeah, I had to sit and watch her be put to sleep. But I thank the doctor that did it because she was a sweet woman. Usually I have to deal with, I'm so used to dealing with women being nasty towards me. I hate feeling like a weak bitch. I hate crying for real, especially showing motherfuckers that I cry. I hate that shit. I gotta get this shit out though. But yeah, shout out to the veterinarian that put her down because she was soft spoken. She was sweet. She was way better than the last woman. The black man that helped the first night, shout out to him. And the lady that put her down, she was also good to us. But yeah, I can't get that image out of my head. Seeing her being put to sleep, because it happened fast too. They go to sleep fast, so I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that, especially being that I wasn't expecting her to turn around and look at me. She turned around and looked at me. I broke down. I can't. And I ain't gonna lie, I did. Until this day, I still blame God. Cause it's like I do so much to please God, you know. I was praying every day. I was trying to get closer and closer. I had already got close to him because I lost sight of him and then I came back to him. So I had started praying every day. You know, I started thanking him more than asking him for anything, even though I was still going through. I had lost my job. I was still, you know, thanking him for thanking him. I was still thanking him for everything. I was thanking him more than I was asking for anything. So until this day, I still blame him because it was like, why would you allow that to happen? to me out of all people. That's really the conversations that I be having with him. And I can literally tell you, the last time I prayed, was the week that it happened. I ain't prayed since. I have not prayed. I have not talked to him. Only thing I have done was blame him. Cause again, why would you let that happen to me? I do so much. I do so much. I've done so much. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I got a bottle of wine that I have yet to open. I have yet to open. I had it before the situation happened. Even after the situation happened, I have yet to open that bottle of wine. Not because I don't want to drink for God. It's just I don't want to drink. Because if I start, I ain't going to stop. I don't want to smoke. Because if I start, I ain't going to stop. And it's going to be bad. I just don't want to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I did all of this. I lived righteously. I stopped being around certain people. I stopped doing certain things for God, you know? And for him to sit there and let that happen, it was just like, you don't love me. You don't care about me. You don't appreciate what I have done for you. You do more. I'm sitting here telling him you do more for people who probably don't even wake up and just simply tell you thank you. You do more for people who go against you than somebody who walk with you. Like I'm sitting here talking to him just like that. I ain't been the same since. If you see me smiling, it ain't force. It's control. Cause deep down inside, I'm mad as fuck. I'm so fucking mad. I'm fucking angry. And I should be saying to myself, like, give me a reason. Give me a reason. I ain't got shit to lose. I done lost my grandma. I done lost my dog. Give me a reason. Feel me? Give me a fucking reason. I'm mad as fuck about my dog, bruh. Even though I got 2 other dogs, but at the end of the day, that's my first dog. And I did everything to protect her. Everything. I treated that dog like she was my baby. I don't even refer to my dogs as dogs. They're my fucking kids. But I ain't the same. I don't care about a lot of shit. I don't give a fuck to know about a lot of shit. I ain't playing with nobody. I'm being honest with everybody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I ain't been nowhere. I can't. Even if I wanted to go somewhere, I couldn't go nowhere. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. I'm doing what I can around this bitch. You feel me? I'm doing what I can around this bitch to survive. I ain't got no real help. I ain't got no friends. I don't want no friends. The things I wanted the most, I ain't got. So it's like, I ain't got nothing to lose. Feel me? I ain't really got nothing to lose. But I still carry myself in a manner to the point that I have control over the way that I act and over my reactions. But deep down inside, you got to know I ain't the same person I was a month ago. But anyway, it's the good news, the bad news, and the worst news.